Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 75. It is a beautiful, gorgeous, sunny Monday morning here in Cincinnati. Really cold, but so beautiful. And I arrive, perhaps like you, not quite sure what the week's gonna bring. Knowing there's a lot moving and a lot of activity, and I'm feeling steady and excited for the week, and also knowing there's a lot that's going to be bumpy. And so here we are on a Monday morning together. Star is curled up in his crate. I think he knows winter's arriving, and Monday mornings are just going to be slower than usual. So he is taking a little pause with us as we drop in today. So the title of today's podcast is Opening the Vault. And like everything in our journeys, there are always all of these signals and nudges and little flags and winks that our guides, our soul, the universe, collective consciousness is bringing to us. And what I thought would be fun is to share how the title has woven its way together through the activities that are going on in my life. Okay, so last week, a week ago, we cut the cable to our internet, and so we have been navigating life without the power supply we normally have for all the things that we do with technology here in our house. And it's been such an interesting ride of the emotions of having it, wanting it, needing it, not having it. The hotspot was just too slow. It didn't work. So my husband and my son went and got this little portable device that gives you extra power. And so we've been navigating over the weekend with it, and it's been pretty smooth. And then this morning the guys came to tell me they were hopefully going to start, but no, they're going to do it tomorrow. They don't have the right equipment. So we're still moving through it. I believe the full moon is the perfect day tomorrow for me to get power back. So yeah, it's happening. But in the midst of all of this have been these beautiful gifts and pauses and awarenesses that wouldn't have happened if we had just been going along the normal, comfortable pace of our lives. And so that's what I'm going to share, is how it all weaves together. On Friday, I claimed the day to not deal with technology, and I sat in front of my computer for several hours and started transcribing this book that I've been working on. And it was beautiful. It was just bliss. I was crying at certain parts because the stories that are coming through are just so profound and old and powerful. And so it was this beautiful morning of being in this little cocoon, just me and my phone and my computer transcribing all of this magic. And it reminded me of when the stories were first coming through in my meditation time, my channeling time. I would sit at the end of a meditation and just start recording into my phone like I do here, knowing it was for a specific purpose. It was for this book that was being written. And each day I would have these incredible stories that would flow through, and I would just record them audio. And I remember sharing with my husband and my son at dinner the one day. They were like, "What is this book about? Like, what are you writing about this time?" Because my books are different. They're not the average book. And I said, it's like a treasure map. These stories create an energy grid around the globe, and each story is a little anchoring in of something in a certain place. And so I was just sharing some of this with them and talking about the idea of treasure maps. That night we're home and my husband is flipping through TV. This is a couple months ago. We had internet back then. He's flipping through the stations and he just starts laughing. He's like, Treasure Hunters is on. I'm like, oh my gosh, of course Treasure Hunters is on. So we ended up watching this movie, which if you haven't seen it, is all about the Declaration of Independence and how it has a treasure map on the back and how they go through this whole crazy adventure to find the treasure. And I remember just laughing, like loving the fact that my guides were bringing me such a beautiful validation that I was in alignment, I was in the right timing, everything was flowing as it was supposed to be, and that my husband was on board and we were kind of in this journey together. So we had the best time watching the movie and laughing and talking about it. And then this weekend, on Friday, I started opening up the space again for the book, listening to the audios and transcribing them into a Word document, which is slow work, and also it allows me to be so present with the stories. It's such a beautiful process. I love, love, love this process when books are being created. And so we decided, so I had this beautiful cocoon of time on Friday. I'm completely just enamored with what's coming through. And we decided I think it was either Friday or Saturday. We decided we're going to get some movies. Must have been Saturday. We're going to pick up some movies that we can watch something because there is no TV because the internet cut our TV. So we're going to rent from Redbox, which we normally don't do. We just kind of flip channels and find something if we're going to sit in front of the TV together. So we pick up 2 movies, and we started watching the one on Saturday night. It was called Tag, which was so much fun. But the whole story of Tag is it's these grown men who chase each other around the world and tag each other in the craziest, most fun, surprising ways. And so they have this innocence of childhood, and they hold on to the vibration of the connection they experience as young children. And they have these grand adventures as adults. And that's totally what my story is about. Like, it's just so perfect. But I didn't make the connection at the time. I was just like, oh, what a fun movie. It was so good. That was so great. So last night we watched the second movie, which was Ocean's 8. It's on the Ocean's 11 theme about, robbers, thieves who steal. But they're kind of, doing it for good. Or you fall in love with the thieves and you're cheering them on and you want them to steal, even though, stealing isn't something we should be doing. So we're watching this movie last night, and it's all about these jewels and the premise of the story. I don't want to ruin the movie for you, but the premise of the story is that there's this incredible piece of jewelry that's worth $150 million, and it's by Cartier, and it's in this vault, and it's down underground, and nobody gets to enjoy the jewels because they're worth so much that you can't send them out into public. You'd have to have security people all the time, and it's just not worth it. And so these beautiful jewels stay hidden in a box in the basement, and nobody sees them. And so the whole point of the story is they're going to get those jewels out and have someone wear them and then steal the jewels. And the whole story is about, bringing these jewels out of the vault. And it was such a fun story and such a fun movie, just a lot of really cool little connections. And so I was just enjoying it as a movie, not really seeing the tie to what's going on in my life. And this morning when I was meditating, it was like I could see all the dots again. I could see the weaving and the pattern. I was like, oh my gosh, of course. I opened the book back up on Friday, and then this little tribe of people from childhood that have these stories in Tag, follow each other around the world and have this amazing experience. And then the next night, there's this beautiful treasure that's coming out of the vault, and it's being birthed into the sun, and someone is wearing and sharing the beauty with the world. And so then, as you look at the weaving, I was like, what does that mean? The book's going to be stolen? Does that mean it's like, what does that mean if I'm tying everything together? And what feels so true to me is we're all being invited to share our treasures, to allow these unique gifts that each of us have inside of our soul, this old wisdom that we all carry from other times and other places. We're being invited to bring our gifts out into the air, out into the light, out into public, to start sharing who we are in richer and bolder and more beautiful ways. Because what good is all of our wisdom if it stays hidden inside of us and it's never shared with anyone? The other piece that tied into that so beautifully, one of my friends yesterday hosted a poetry reading, which I don't remember when I've been to a poetry reading. It's been maybe college. It's been forever. And she asked us to come over, and the woman who I do yoga with has written this beautiful book of poems. And so she was reading some of the poetry to us, and she was just sharing how she has a similar process to me. You know, she would meditate and these words would flow through, and so she would just write them down, and eventually she realized, I'm creating poetry, I'm putting them together, I'm writing a book. I didn't know I could write a book. And she published this book, and it's called Courting Shakti. It is gorgeous. It is filled with the most beautiful, sensual poems of love and connection, and it's just incredible. And what if she had kept all of that hidden inside of her? What a loss. What a loss to humanity. What a loss to me, to those who were able to witness her yesterday, those who read her poetry and then feel something different inside of themselves and share that different energy with other people. If she had not brought it out of the vault, opened the vault, the world would have been less. And I feel that sense of opening and momentum that is building on our planet. We have all of these humans, all of these souls in human bodies with unique, incredible expressions that are just waiting to come out. Waiting. You know, like, we have all of this magic inside of us, and yet so many protect and guard and, you know, huddle up and hold it and don't want to share it with anybody because we're afraid of whatever, afraid of being thought weird or judged or evaluated, or maybe it's not good enough, or maybe we used the wrong word, or maybe it's the wrong color, or I mean, we come up with all these reasons why we can't share what is so uniquely our gift. And so I encourage you, I encourage you, sit in your vault if you want, and look at your treasures, and then start opening the vault and sharing what you bring into this world that nobody else can bring. Even if it's just a little bit, maybe you just share something you feel or have created or designed. Maybe you just share it with your best friend or with your partner or with your child or with your neighbor, just a little share. And then when you can receive the feedback and feel how beautiful your gifts are, you share it with a few more and a few more. Pretty soon, you're making a podcast. You're like, here's who I am. Here's who I am in all of my messiness and my beauty, and I'm opening the vault. And then just watch what happens when each of us open our gifts and we express more of who we are. The world heals, the world gets better, it becomes more fun. You know, for us to sit and reflect to this beautiful woman yesterday, how impactful her words were, how meaningful they were, how they touched our hearts, that inspires her to write some more. And that was what we were asking her. We're like, how many more books are coming? Right? More, please. I say this to my friend who's a singer-songwriter. I'm like, when's your next album? What's taking you so long? More, please. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. So, opening the vault, I claim that on this Monday morning. We have a full moon tomorrow. Like, let's illuminate. Let's be bigger and more, and open the vault. Open the vault. And if you need some motivation, rent Ocean's 8 and it'll inspire you. bring all this beauty up to the surface and let's enjoy it instead of hiding it. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, my friends. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.